Welcome to the four people that pulled up already. Let's go. Look,
All right, let me
give us
go
one
and shut
second.
it. I'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be right with y'all. Give me 1 second. Tune in to the show. Tune in. Bear down, baby. QB1 is playing football tonight, Alan.
QB1.
QB1 is playing football tonight, baby.
Don't that milkman look punk.
What you call him, Alan?
I said, don't that milkman look punk for the game.
Yeah, he hyped. What up, Cream? Welcome to the show, Cream. Retweet, repost, quote. What up, Cream? We in it, Cream. My guy, Cream. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to get to the show in just 1 second, y'all. Give us 1 second. So we're not going to hold y'all all night. We're not going to hold y'all all night. Trust me, we're not going to do that.
No, we.
We're going to talk football, though, y'all. Hold on. Give us one chance. Waiting on CJ to get in here, guys. How's everybody doing this Sunday evening, Bear fans? Bear Nation, how y'all doing? You know we only gonna get to see Caleb for like a couple of plays, but he gonna let us wet our beak, ain't he, Alan? We gonna wet our beak, right?
Yeah, he gonna give us something. I think Ben gonna challenge the football field at least once or twice. I think we're gonna go deep once or twice before he get off the field.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna challenge the defender.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do, G. If I was coaching Caleb, let it rip. You know.
Yeah. We got more comments coming in. Don and Liv, what's up, bro? What's up? Don and Liv, what up, bro? And we got John Zager Sr. What's up, bro? Yeah, it's better than none, bro. Better than none, because when the bullets start flying September 8th, it's going to be flying all night long.
Yeah.
We about to get to the show in 1 second, y'all. Retweet, quote it, post it, share it, whatever. Waiting on CJ, y'all. going on, John? John, what's up, bro? John got a question for us, Alan. We based out of Chicago, bro. I'm actually in Chicago. Alan is in the South, CJ's in the South, but I'm actually in Chicago. Yep. Yes, sir. So, Alan, what's your thoughts so far about this left tackle situation before we actually get into it, man? Because I forgot to put something in here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna add that. But what's your thoughts on this left tackle situation before we get started?
It's fluid. It's fluid. I don't think Ben or the offensive line coach, I don't think nobody knows right now. It's just a fluid situation. I would not be surprised if Ryan makes a claim on a left tackle, somebody who gets cut. Hopefully somebody who's a starter gets cut because of salary cap strains. I think we're going to be out in the market for a left tackle before the season starts. I don't think they want to go in. I think they're going to move Ozzie to right tackle and leave him there because reports from the last couple of weeks, Ozzie doesn't look comfortable at the left side. Now, I thought he looked pretty decent in the game, but I guess during them practices with them teams, with Miami and Buffalo, they probably like, yeah, he might not be ready for the left right now. So, and Karan, I would have thought would have done better at left tackle, but he can't stay on the field. So, we're all where we at.
Say that again, Alan. You kind of went out.
Yeah, I want to say I think we're going to be looking for a left tackle in the market. I think they're going to kind of scourge around the league and try to see if they can find a left tackle before the season starts.
Let's go on up a little football. Talk a little preseason. We're just gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about our expectations for Caleb tonight. We're gonna talk about what Ben Johnson is gonna be doing tonight. DJ Moore, Rome, you know what I mean? We're gonna get to it a little bit. Cole and Colston, the offensive line with Theo in there, man. Then we got the offensive line with Braxton Jones, and I had to put two of these in here because I didn't really know what was going to happen. Then we got the running backs, bro. You know what I mean? We got a full show for you guys tonight, man. So welcome to the CNG podcast. I'm G Walker, that's Allen, and CJ is on his way. So we're gonna get it cracking, man. We're gonna talk about Dennis Allen, his defense, what we expect from him. The defensive line. Look, bro, when you come to the CNG podcast, man, expect the show, bro. Expect the real show. Linebackers, you know what I mean? We got the secondary. So bring your comments, bring your concerns, bring your hypeness, bring your thoughts. Let's bring it all, bro. We're gonna try to give you guys a good show so we can all wet our beak a little bit, so to speak. You know what I mean? We got Don and Liv saying Austin Booker over 1.5 sacks. I'll take it, bro. Look, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Over and under, you can book it. I like that.
Hey, Mom, if you're going to comment, go ahead and comment right now since I'm in here. Yeah.
I'm
Go ahead and comment.
Not all of our starters on the field. Just feels good knowing we getting closer. Yeah, bro. It's just we getting closer to regular season football. The reps for preseason only going to go up for Caleb and the starters every game. So Caleb might get three or four reps today because the last game of the preseason is against the Chiefs. And he's going to pretty much have to play a whole half. So it's about to ramp up, bro. This shit is about to ramp up. We got Crooked Commit saying, how long do you hope to see Williams out there, bro? I'm going to say I'm gonna say two series, bro. I don't think he's gonna be in the game that long. You know what I mean? I think if Caleb is in the game and we're marching the field and we're getting into the 30, we're getting to the 20. You know what I mean? We're getting to where we need to get on the field. That'll wet my beak. You know what I mean? The longer we're on the field, I'll be happy with two series. Like if we get to the point where we're in field goal range 2 times in a row, when Caleb was out there, I'm fine with that. That's my expectation. One of my expectations for Caleb Williams, get in the field goal range, bro. That's one of my expectations. Get in the field goal range. If you can score 6, get 6. If not, kick a field goal. You know what I mean?
Shout out to El Guado from Mexico City.
We got somebody from Mexico City in here, man. Hey, Guado, what up, big dog? We appreciate you coming in here, man. We got somebody from Mexico City representing. Donna Liv says it's a Hippolyte Sewer watch party. Hey, man, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing Caleb. I'm looking forward to seeing Colston. I'm looking forward to seeing Dennis Allen and his defense. You know, Kyler Gordon. You know what I mean? Rome Medusa, bro. It's gonna go down, bro. It's 6:18. We need to start cooking on the show right now. If you haven't retweeted this, please retweet it. Please share it. Please post this show. But with that being said, we are in here. CJ, the first topic of tonight. What are your expectations of Caleb Williams and how many series, if anybody's in the chat as well, how long do you expect to see Caleb Williams tonight?
Probably about 2 series. But I just want Caleb to slow down, you know, get his feet underneath him and make the right throws to his receivers. You know, don't try to rush it, just slow yourself down and just be patient.
Yeah. That's my expectations of Caleb Williams as well. My expectations for Caleb Williams tonight is to take what the defense give you, be accurate, be surgical, throw the ball with zip, throw the ball with passion. You know what I mean? Caleb Williams has to come out here tonight and kind of quiet some people who's been doubting his ability in preseason, in training camp. Like, it's training camp, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't get the same respect that a lot of quarterbacks that more established do. Like that Bills practice, Josh Allen threw 3 interceptions and Caleb Williams did not throw 1 interception. But it was people on Twitter, on X saying that Caleb Williams struggled, man. That's the disrespect what I'm talking about. This kid got to move mountains in preseason, bro, in training camp to make people believe in him, man, or show him any glimpse. You know what I'm
crazy,
saying, Alex?
Man. They expect so much for Caleb. That's crazy. They expect so much from him. He got to do good during training camp. He got to do good during the game. They expect so much from a number 1 pick.
What up, J2K? Appreciate you coming in, man. If anybody's in here, like and subscribe on our YouTube page as well. We got J2K saying crooked. Yeah, it's crooked. So Allen, man, the expectations of Caleb Williams have been unbelievable, bro. Like, they expected Caleb Williams to walk on water while avoiding 4 sacks at training camp. Like, is the national narrative that Caleb Williams has to be damn near a 2-time MVP and a 4-time All-Pro quarterback? What is going on with Caleb Williams and these wild expectations, OG?
Well, I think it's a lot of it being a number 1 pick. Number 1 picks come with a lot of expectation. The market, Chicago, one of the biggest media markets in the nation. And I just think Caleb has been in the national spotlight for like 6 or 7 years, like coming from high school. So he's been a lightning rod as far as his availability to the media. And, you know, he's one of the kids that first started with the NIL. So he's been a public figure for a while. I think that runs into it. But the expectations, I think he just come with it with the position. I think they don't look at Trevor Lawrence that way. Trevor Lawrence has been, I would say, a letdown for most of his career. But he don't get half of this scrutiny as Caleb get in year 2. So you got to riddle me that on that. So I don't understand it. I could care less what he does in the preseason. He can throw 100 interceptions in the preseason and in practice. I can care less. My main thing is his focus in the game. Let the young man play and let him get, because it's going to be a long season, so it could be peaks and valleys. So we just got to stay focused with that, man, and stop hounding him for practice and stuff like that. That's just getting a little bit excessive.
Hey, can I piggyback? Can I piggyback off of Allen off of that real quick?
Please.
Now, if you remember when Justin Fields was in Chicago, they always compared him to Trevor Lawrence. So I don't know what that is, what narrative the media is pushing with that. But it seemed like they put the Chicago Bears always in like some type of box with the quarterback.
Yeah, it's just unfair, man. For what this dude had to go through, man, from an organization that's always struck out on the quarterback. You know, he gets here, he's the number 1 overall pick. He puts up 3,500 yards. He survives 68 sacks, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and almost 400 rushing yards. You would think that would buy him some grace with the offensive coordinators that he had. Shane Waldron, Thomas Brown, Matt Eberflus, not knowing how to use timeouts. We can sit here and name probably 4 or 5 games where if Caleb Williams wins those games, we're not even talking about him like this. That's how important, Allen, where you have to put your foot on the opponent's throat and kick them when they down. You know what I mean? So I just think that it's just been unfair to Caleb Williams since he's been here, man. You know, and he pretty much holds the record for passing attempts without an interception, NFL record. Then he owns the Bears record for passing attempts without an interception. So he's done a couple of things that you could just sit back and say, hey, we might have something here. Let's give him a break and see what Ben Johnson is going to do with him to hone all his skill set all the way through. And that brings up my next person I want to talk about, Allen. Ben Johnson, man, me, you, and CJ, we pretty much at the beginning of the season, like, he wasn't our first choice. He wasn't my first choice. You know what I mean? We seen just yesterday how good the Las Vegas Raiders looked with Pete Carroll. You know what I mean? Got them boys ready to play.
My guy, Pete.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, G, that was my guy, Pete Carroll. I was down with Pete Carroll to do that, be the head coach with the experience and the defense. And I just love the guy. He's 73 years old and still running gas. He's just a motivation to young men above anything. But maybe it was the asking price, the availability of him being a 4-year coach and him wanting to be in the front office. Maybe that became intimidating. I'm not sure, but we got Ben Johnson. So it's time for Ben Johnson to make a presence and get our offense together. So that's kind of where I'm at with the whole thing with Ben.
Yeah, man, because Ben Johnson, man, from the first time I met the freshman of him when I first seen him, but we got a couple of comments. We got John saying 2 game winning drive, that crap coaching staff stole it from him. Yeah, they did, man. We got Alec Baldwin on Facebook saying we can't write him off yet. Like, it's way too soon, bro. It's way too soon writing off Caleb Williams. We got John saying when you say Ben's name, Angel sing. And I'm gonna say this about Ben Johnson. You know, my first impression of Ben Johnson is that he's very intelligent. He's very organized. He's very serious. He comes from a winning organization. He comes from a team that built up the trenches. He comes from a team that built up the run game. He knows how to be. He knows how to scheme guys open. He knows how to get his quarterback to play how he needs him to play. Ben Johnson's no slouch, and he got numbers on the board. You know what I mean, Alan? He got skin on the wall. Like, he come from Miami. You know what I mean? And he wanted to come here to coach Caleb Williams, and he stayed in the division, CJ. So that lets you know right there, CJ, that we got something in Caleb Williams for get a guy of his pedigree, his football IQ, his football acumen, to come to Chicago and say, you know what, I want this guy to be my quarterback. So what's your thoughts on Ben Johnson, C?
You know, he's a good offensive coordinator, calls very good plays, and he plays to the strength of his quarterback. So that's what you're pretty much going to be seeing from him, playing for the strengths of Caleb Williams this season. Calling the plays that Caleb is comfortable with and running in the offense.
Yeah, I think so too. Go ahead, Alan. So Alan, let me ask you this about Ben Johnson. You know, what have you been most impressed with, and what do you think he's going to allow Caleb to do in the first couple of series? What are you expecting Ben Johnson to call? Because he's aggressive, man. Even though it's preseason, we might see some aggressive stuff. So but what's your thoughts on what he might bring out the gate?
Well, I know he's definitely going to run some vanilla offense. It could probably be some counters, some wide receiver screens, I think it's going to be low budget offense. I think he's going to take a shot or two with Caleb just to kind of let some of the tension out as far as, just letting the kid play. So I think we'll probably see a first quarter with Caleb, and I think he'll be out of there. But I think it's going to be a very vanilla offense, and he'll take a couple of shots just to kind of get Caleb loosened up. And I think that's what Ben's going to kind of strive to do, is keep Caleb loose and working in something that that he can work on, that he knows he can do, and kind of cut back on some of the playbook and work on the things that he's good at. I would hope that's what Ben's focus is.
Right. All right. Look, Will, so let's get a couple of comments. We said we got that list, and we have so many toys out there. I'm almost nervous feeling this year. If we can't get out at least a wild card, then where do we go from here? I think it'll be a failure, bro. Like, I think it's time to take the training wheels off. You know what I mean? Like, we got too many weapons, like you're saying, bro. We got Rome, we got DJ, we got Colston, we got Luther, we got Swift, it's way too many options, bro. And the way Ben Johnson is as a play caller, he's way too creative. There's really no more excuses, not only for Caleb Williams, but for a lot of these guys that's been on this team for a couple of years, in my opinion, man. Like, it is what it is. Like, you went out here and got this aggressive. Go ahead,
Hey, can I add something to that?
Please do.
That's why it's important for Caleb to be patient with all those weapons out there. Mm-hmm. That's why it's so important for him to slow the game down and just be patient and make the right throw. Put your toe in the ground and throw the football.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because one of Caleb's biggest, one of his main flaws to me is that he holds on the ball too damn long. Bro, you gotta throw the ball. I've been saying this since I've been at Family Fest, practice. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying this whole thing about Caleb Williams has to throw without seeing. He has to be a better anticipatory thrower, bro. You have to throw the ball and trust that your wide receivers are going to be there before they turn around. When their back is turned, that ball got to be gone. You know what I mean, Alan?
Yeah, I totally agree, G. His throws have to be kind of imaginary. Like, right. I'm throwing to a spot on the field. Or what coaches say, I'm throwing to the corner of the grass. Like, it's like places on the grass I'm throwing. That's right. What good quarterbacks do, man. You got to throw the spots. Right. So, once he gets to the point where he's doing that, and just trust he's going to get there. And the coach always say, you throw it on time. If they ain't there, I'm going to give me another wide receiver to get there on time. That's on the coach. Put it on the coach. Don't put it on you and wait for him. Because when you wait in the NFL, that's a pick six.
Right. All right, so we're going to keep it moving, man. Time is going by so fast. It's already 6:20, 6:29. So this guy right here, he's been controversial, man. Look, we've broken down film on DJ Moore, man. We all know DJ Moore can play, man. But when me and Allen broke down film there one time, we called DJ Moore loafing on plays to where he pretty much is not running hard as he can. Caleb was not even, he was looking at him because he's wide receiver one, but he wasn't open. He didn't come out of his breaks fast enough, Allen. We know DJ Moore's a baller. We know DJ Moore is going to be a weapon this year, but what do you see DJ Moore in this offense with the way that Rome Odunze is ascending as that number one wide receiver? It is what it is.
Yeah, I think this is what I do know. I know DJ will quit on him. That I know. He'll quit. So, yeah, I mean, he'll quit on us. But one thing I do know for sure, that he will definitely give us good moments, great moments at that. But I think Ben's going to move him around. He's going to move it a lot around the slide. He's going to be running back. I just see him getting 1,900 yards combined with rushing and catching. He's that type of talent where he just needs the ball in his hand. But what I'm concerned with is when he doesn't have the ball. That shouldn't be a question for a 7-year vet. I shouldn't question a 7-year vet with that. That's something a rookie goes through, a second-year guy. That phase of him is just not, it's not correcting itself. He needs to run the routes as if he's getting the ball every time. That helps the offense flow. Get your teammates open. But when he half-ass making breaks on his pass route, rounding his routes, he's not giving an alley for the quarterback to throw. And then the quarterback has to go to option 2 or option 3 And Caleb holding the ball too long, that's a sack. So
right.
these are cumulative effects of you half-passing sometimes. But DJ Moore is pound for pound our best player on the team. So he gives us the best / worst player on the team. He can give you that. But that's something he's got to work on. I don't want to keep talking about this. I need DJ to play to being the best, because he is the best. But he also can be our worst player.
Right. Well said, bro. Well said. CJ, you got anything about DJ Moore real quick before I get to these comments?
I mean, I agree everything what Alan said, man. He hit it right on the head with DJ. DJ gives you the good and the bad majority of the time. And you just want to see him break out of that. You want to see him play with consistency. You want to see him get open on plays and not have run plays. So he got to get that in his mindset to go out there and give it his all every time. No matter if you get the ball or not, you got to run your plays.
Yep. We got John right here saying DJ has a good bit of youthful talent around him, better behave, no block, no rock. That's one of the first things Ben Johnson said. So he's on notice tonight, man. It is what it is. We got J2K say Ben is getting to the ball in DJ's hand as often as he can in different ways. And Rome will be Caleb's safety blanket. Well said. Rome stretches the field for DJ to move in open space. Great combo X and Z. J2K with the Cooks smoke fest right there. And that's what we want to see. Like, you could be the X and the Z all you want to, but they got to run their routes hard. You got to act like you get the ball. Sometimes you gotta play like it's your last down all the time. Like, you matter in the play if you're not getting the ball, DJ. Like, it is what it is. Make the job easier for not just yourself, but for everybody on the team on the offensive side of the ball. Like, that's all we really saying. So just lock in, bro. But we know you're gonna be a monster, bro. We know DJ gonna have his moments, but we're gonna see how much of a rope Ben Johnson's gonna give him if he quits and he pouts. Like, that shit is a short leash. We shouldn't even be talking about his attitude more than his play. That's not good, man. That's not good. But let's keep it moving. We're gonna talk about the guy that my guy Allen describes as a what boy. What is he known for, Allen? What you call him? He from where?
He from the farm, man. He's a farmer's grandson. So that hard work is built in him. So that's what I love about Rome is his work ethic. And you hear it in training camp how strong he is attacking the football. Like, we seen that the other night when Kyler Gordon was basically mugging him, basically robbed him, basically, and he still caught the ball. That's just that talent you can't teach. That's just work ethic. And I think when the game slows down, Rome's gonna be our best receiver, our best player. I already see it. He's gonna move DJ off the team. It's gonna be his show. Him and Burton and whoever. It's gonna be his show. He just got to keep growing, keep getting his route tree down. He's got probably the best connection with Caleb, so his days are coming.
Yeah, and I agree. His days are coming, but all throughout camp, it's one person's name that wasn't mentioned as much as anybody, bro, and it was this man right here. I didn't hear DJ name brought up a lot in camp. I've seen Caleb get comfortable with coasting a lot. I've seen Caleb get comfortable with Rome a lot. Cole Komet. But in my opinion, for what I've seen in this training camp, I haven't seen too many DJ Moore highlights, bro. I mean, and that's either trust, comfortability, or the package is not getting called for him. CJ, what do you think that is that we haven't seen? A lot of DJ Moore in training camp, like just from highlights, breaking anything. Y'all in the chat, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Please do.
That could be because the wide receiver focus has pretty much been on Luther Burton and Roman Tuesday. So DJ, with him being in different spots of the field, that probably has not been the main focus of the media. That's why you're probably not seeing too many highlights of him.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we got John saying he was picking up rocks out of the field and he was form kids, thick legs and strong backs. John know what he talking about, Alan.
Hell yeah. He know.
He said Rome had 4th down catches last year. What do you mean 4th down?
He probably had the most. Because at 4th down, Caleb looking for 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last throw of the game or last throw of the drive, he's looking for 15.
They say he's too dependable. We got J2Ks. I think DJ knows the playbook, and Ben is testing those who don't. I like that. I'll take that. Fair. I'll take that J2K. That's a good one. I ain't heard that. Yeah.
That's fair.
I ain't heard that yet. That's solid.
Mm-hmm.
He said, guys, I got you off X. You have a YouTube link. Mama got the sandwiches. Yeah, man. Just type in CNG Podcast on YouTube. CJ runs a YouTube page. I run a Twitter page. And I run our Facebook page. But if you go to YouTube and just type in the CNG Podcast, you'll see us. But let's keep it moving with the show, man. I'm so hyped. Now, look right here, CJ. Look, man. We got 1A and 1B. Controversial, man. Controversial. Like, a lot of people were talking crap about Cole Kmet, about they wanted him gone. I was one of the first people to defend him on Twitter. Saying y'all crazy. This man was 5th leading in play action last year, man. Ben Johnson runs a 12-man personnel play action, two tight end sets. Cole Kmet is not a scrub, bro. He's just not the vertical guy that can beat cornerbacks like Colston Loveland, that can beat safeties like Colston Loveland, that can juke a linebacker more times than not. That's what Colston Loveland is. Cole Kmet is that big red zone target, middle of the field guy in the zone. You know what I mean, Alan? So, but what's been your thoughts on Cole Kmet in this offseason about what people have been saying about him? Whether over exaggerating everything, but what's your thoughts, Alan?
Well, I'm gonna say this. Cole Kmet, deservedly so, he deserved his criticism, to say the least. I know Ben Johnson, when he came in that building and he watched film on the offense, I know he's seen what I seen, because that no block, no rock, he is a part of that equation.
Yes, so
he is a part of that equation. DJ, he's seen loafers, and Cole Kmet was one of them. So it's a reason why we drafted a tight end first round. It ain't no secret. He was looking to upgrade the position. So now this is on Cole. Cole has to take back the reins of his position, and Coast is here. So he's got to adapt. He's got to find his place in the offense. And when he gets the ball, he's got to make things count. He's got to impress everybody. I want to see you throw people out the club like you did the other day, Cole.
Like, he tore Tremaine ass out the club like he was 3-6.
Pull his ass out of there. That's what I want, GNC. That guy. That guy needs to show up every day to work.
Yes. We got Donna Liv. He's calling Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet the Blues Brothers. I love that, bro. I'm gonna have to make an edit on that. I'm gonna give you credit. I love that. We got J2K say, man, this is gonna be one of my favorite stories of the season. I see them playing very different roles and still both being part of the offense. Yeah, because I don't give a damn what y'all say about Cole Kmet. When it's 3rd and 6 and these two dudes out there and he's on the field, I'm expecting to pass to Cole Kmet if he's open, bro. We can't have all these hypothetical thoughts all the time, man. When the game is on and the game starts, I'm looking for Cole Kmet to be productive. I'm not looking for no narrative around Cole Kmet, but to be productive. That's it. So y'all, people been giving him slack when the games ain't even been played yet. So yeah. And shout out to Jason for reposting the screen. What up, nephew? He says, how many drives do you see Caleb playing? We say it too, bro. Oh, yeah, you got Alec Baldwin in here laughing. But CJ, what's your thoughts on Cole Kmet and Costa real quick before we go on? We got like 20 more minutes, man.
Hey, man, well, I feel ever since Johnson in the coach, trying to see Cole Kmet with a little bit of change, a little bit of change. But I'm gonna just say that from the training camp perspective, you see him with the big block on Jermaine Edmonds, so maybe that would turn him around during the season. Maybe we'll see a different type of Cole Kmet, getting more blocks, doing more of the things that he should have been doing in his first couple of years in Chicago.
Right.
Right. Because, these football players or players in general, like I coach my son, I coach AAU basketball, I coach high school. I got some guys in the college. When a player feel like that coach is not watching him and he can get away with murder, he gonna do it, bro. Mm-hmm. Every chance he gives. As soon as you turn your back, he's not gonna be doing certain things. So, these players are no different, man. But if you want to stay on this team, you're gonna have to block. if you want to stay on this team, you're going to have to be precise. You're going to have to listen to the coach. You're going to have to catch the ball. So Cole Kmet is not out of the wind. You know, he's not out of the blue yet. But just like J2K said, I think he's going to have a good season the way Ben Johnson calls plays. I'm expecting a great season for Cole Kmet. But let's keep it moving, man. We're going to talk about that offensive line. The offensive line has been a merry-go-round, man. It's been crazy. We thought Ozzie Trapillo was going to be the left tackle, 6'8". You know what I'm saying? Pretty much a giant. You know, he was looking good at Family Fest. I went to the practice. Then I look up and I see something about that he's more comfortable, Allen, playing right tackle. His feet are too slow. His hands are looking too slow. So in game speed versus practice speed, like you were saying, it's two different games.
Mm-hmm.
So he got exposed, and thank God that we got a real offensive line coach, Dan Rochard, called a spade, and told everybody, like he said, bro, this man, he's kind of slow. So, but what's your thoughts on how the Chicago Bears have been handling this offensive line, and your thoughts on Ozzie, and just your thoughts on Theo Benedict, real quick?
Well, I mean, you got to go by what the O-line coach is saying, man. He's been very transparent about it. I personally think this coaching staff can be a little too transparent. Right. But you know, we stress for time, but I'm on my soapbox about that next show. But Theo Benedict is a guy that's really working hard, and he's out playing the guys for the measure of his talent. So they're rewarding him for his hard work. But let's not mistake, he's not going to be the left tackle going forward, but he's playing really hard. I think Ozzie's problem is familiarity. He only played the right side. He played a little bit of left at Boston College. But when you get to the NFL, it's a little different on that left side. You're on the island, basically. You're on the island. So when you're out there with that type of talent, it's sometimes you can be a little too big for a left tackle. Right. For your right tackle, he could be like Valerio for the Villanueva. I think the guy that played for Pittsburgh, he was like 6'10" playing right tackle. So you can be as big as you want to be at right because that's more your run side. But Ozzie is more comfortable on the right side. So I think going forward, we're gonna have a good time. But that left tackle, I think the Bears are gonna continue to scourge around the league to see if a left tackle comes available via trade or a cut scenario with salary cap issues.
Yeah, because I got some thoughts about the left tackle position. We picked the guy at 56, and he should be the starting left tackle, second round pick. And that just made me further think it's a Boston College connection.
Yeah.
Ryan Cole, and I was always asking everybody, Alan and CJ, who's in charge of making these decisions, man? And it looked like this might have been a Ryan Poles because we see what Colston looked like. We see what Lucas looked like. So it just makes you think like who really drafted him that high if he's not going to be your left tackle with that high of a pick. But CJ, what's your thoughts on the offensive line tonight, man? What do you think?
I mean, hopefully Braxton Jones, hopefully they work with him and trying to figure out how to stop that bull rush because that's his Achilles heel. So hopefully they work with him with training camp on how to stop that. Or maybe him and Tooney, can get past that. I don't know. But it's definitely going to have to take a combination of something, to help that out with him.
Yeah, I agree, man, because matter of fact, why does Darnell Wright and Jonah Jackson look like twins, bro? What the hell is going on?
They do.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, Poppy cheese. Damn, I thought I put the wrong two people, the same people. Anyway, let's move on, man. The running backs. Look, man, DeAndre Swift got paid a lot of money, man. He got paid a lot of money to be the running back one. And a lot of people thinking he's pretty much expendable. I don't necessarily see it like that. He's a good dash runner, Allen. He can pretty much get those deep, fast runs. He's not like a between the tackles guy, but he can get you out in space, and he'll destroy you. He'll take one to the house. We've seen him do it. So what's your thoughts on DeAndre Swift? What do you think he's going to be doing tonight for the couple of reps that he's going to get? And then we're going to see. I'm going to ask you about Kyle Monunga next and all that.
Well, I think DeAndre Swift is going to get a couple screens. That's what he's really good at. In open field, you get him out on them screens and short passing game. I think that's where he's most effective, is out in space. In between the tackles, I think he's not that comfortable. But Eric Bieniemy is going to stress to take the yards you get. Sometimes they call to get a 3-yard gain. Sometimes they call for that to be a running back. Don't take no negative plays. Keep your shoulder pads forward. Keep your shoulder pads square with the sideline. That's what running backs traditionally are. But Swift is one of these new school running backs where he likes to bounce it outside and play on the boundary. So sometimes it just calls for you to just take the easy.
Well said. CJ, speaking on any one of these running backs, we got Roschon right here, and everybody's been thinking that, Calvin guy showed good stuff on film last week, that he could be coming for the running back 2 position. So what are your thoughts on these two right here, Roschon and Calvin guy? What's your thoughts, man?
I think Roschon is a good Now, where Kyle comes in at is he's been playing more aggressive, and he's been getting in between the tackles and making the plays. So we just want to kind of see Roschon get inside the goal line, push that pile, and get to the end zone.
Hold on, y'all. Go ahead, Alan.
Yeah, I was gonna say with kind of anchor off what CJ was saying. When you get Kyle going forward and kind of getting those tough yards, then goal line, you bring in Roschon, and then you got Swift as your home run hitter. I think, man, we can run a 3 running back style of offense. I really think 35 carries could be allocated and break those up amongst those 3 and find packages that these guys can work in. But I feel like Roschon has a nose for the end zone. He has a nose for the end zone, and he needs to be the goal line back for sure. Third down back, I would trust Roschon to be the third down and the goal line back. He just makes me feel comfortable, and I'm pretty sure Caleb believes that too. Mononga's the second option. He comes in, get the carries behind Swift, and Swift is the home run hitter. I think that can carry us through the season.
Yeah, I agree with everything that everybody said. The running back position is going to be very versatile. We're going to be seeing, like Alan was saying, that DeAndre can be the home run hitter. Roschon can be the power back in the red zone. Calvin Nunn can be that. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a running back committee type of situation. That's fine with me as long as the chains moves. I really don't care. As long as we move the chains, it really don't matter. He said Ian Weir. Yeah, bro. I was going to put him up here, but I'm like, nah, we'll see. Not as a starter, not going to get more. He'll probably be playing like for sure, but for editing purposes, I didn't want to put him up here. But let's go to the defense. We got a few more minutes. CJ, Dennis Allen, man, has came here, man. The defense has been ahead of the offense the whole training camp. It's been beating teams in joint practices like crazy, picking off Tua, 3 interceptions off Tua, 3 interceptions off Josh Allen. Like, this defense is swarming to the ball, getting to the ball, and they're catching the ball for interceptions. That's what you got to do. It's cool to get pass breakups, but we need them INTs to put the ball in our hand, and we got the ball on the field. So, CJ, what's been your thoughts on Dennis Allen so far?
Hey, man, turnovers on the defense is the best way. You're seeing this Bears defense be more aggressive. You're seeing them attacking the quarterback like we saw last game with Austin Booker. So you're seeing the more aggressive Bears defense. You just hope for the season that they can keep that up. You just hope for the season that they can keep that momentum going.
Yeah, and I agree. So, Alan, what's your thoughts on Dennis Allen so far? Because he's not giving up an inch on any team, whether it's his own offense, whether it's a joint practice, it don't matter. Dennis Allen's going to bring that same approach of intensity and violence every single time. So what's your thoughts been on Dennis Allen so far, Alan?
Well, I'm going to say this to all the Chicago Bear fans. We got to pay the toll to play defense with Coach Allen. I want to get down and get 40 up downs myself, Coach. He's just one of those guys, man. You're going to run through a brick wall for Coach Allen, man.
Right.
You got to pay the toll to be on our defense. So that's all I need to hear from him this year. That he's holding everybody accountable, and everybody's gonna buy into his logic because he's a football coach. He's
Yeah, he's a
derived
football
from a
guy.
football coach, a legendary Hall of Fame. His grandfather was a Hall of Fame coach for the Redskins. So this guy knows football. And he sounds like it when I listen to him in the game and I listen to him on the sideline. And it just makes you want to run through the wall for him. And I'm glad he's a Chicago Bear because this style of defense is what we need going forward. Everything is on the table. 4th down, we bring in the house.
Right.
You know, we selling out on short downs. We ain't giving you a chance to think. Make the play.
Yep. Love it, man. Well said. We got a couple of comments right here. He said Brisker getting it in here today, getting ready. Pay the toll, baby. Pay the toll. You hear it, Alec? We're going to talk about that D-line, bro. We got Grady Jarrett. Looks like he's just going to be everything you need to be for a leader. He's going to get that C on his jersey, that captain. He's vocal. He's aggressive. He's funny. He's strong. He's powerful. He looks like he's going to be that anchor being in the middle of that line. Then we got Austin Booker. You got Montez. You got Dexter. You got the big fella at the bottom right there, Billings. So Alan, man, what's your thoughts on this defensive line going in today? What are you expecting to see today?
I'm expecting them just to get the, just kind of clear the air. They're going to go out there and get some good work, hit them pads, rattle a couple times. That's pretty much it we want from the defense because they're in a chase mode. So we're not going to see them a lot. Austin Booker and Robinson, I expect them to keep putting the pressure on the quarterback. I want to see Billings play, to get some sweat going. I want to see improvement from Dexter as far as his technique. Jarrett is going to be our leader, and Sweat is going to be a complimentary piece. But I just need more from Dexter. Dexter's got to give me more technique. He's got to get stronger with that, and I feel like he'll be on his way.
Well said, CJ. What's your thoughts on the defensive line? Anybody on here you want to talk about that got your attention? Anything?
I'm hoping for defensive line and stay aggressive. Hopefully, we'll see them continue to keep pressure on the quarterback. Maybe that could open up the linebackers to make some plays. I kind of want to see what these linebackers gonna do with the defensive line in front of them.
Let's talk about it then. So what you got? Look, let it go right there. Look, we can just get straight to it, CJ. Look, there you go.
Hey man, Jermaine Edmonds is gonna have to step it up for real. We gotta see him go in and make some plays. We already know what TJ Edwards gonna do. This is a guy who was top 5 or damn near top 10 in tackles at his position. So we just gotta see Jermaine Edmonds make that step up. For all the money that the Bears have been paying him, he gotta step up.
Yeah, I agree. Alan, so what's your thoughts on these linebackers, man? Because you said Jermaine is a nickel linebacker, man.
Hey, man. Hey,
go ahead.
He's getting paid almost $19 million just to be a nickel linebacker, man. He got to give me more. But I know Coach Allen's going to have him in space. And Edwards is going to be a snot bubble guy. He's going to be the one to get the tackles, get the nasty, infiltration of the defense. He's going to call the defense. He's a linebacker. That's state of the art. If you want to put a linebacker on the billboard, it's TJ Edwards. So That's what's going to probably go on. And I'm interested to see how Sewell does and also Hippolyte, because they're going to be key in some of these formations, especially in the dime. When we go one linebacker, I'm thinking they're going to put Edmonds at the dime. And they're going to run a lot of dime with 3 safeties on the field. So be on the lookout with Briscoe coming down in the box. And then we're going to have another safety like Hicks over the top. And then Bristol's going to be that de facto outside linebacker.
Man, I love it, man. And what I specifically want to see from these guys, I want to see these guys get sent in on a blitz, man. I want to see some linebacker blitz. I want to see Tremaine get to the line. I want to see, Edwards get a sack or something. Just put pressure on the quarterback. You know what I mean? I want to see them guys play well in coverage. Not get beat by a running back. I just want to see with Dennis Allen as their defensive coordinator, how fast has he sped up their feet and their mentality. Like, because these guys can play. We saw put them in the zone, and they not a lot of these guys when they normal self. So we got to give these guys some grace and give them some time to see what they do with Dennis Allen. But my expectation today is that we're going to see these guys flying to the ball, being ball off. Like Allen said, have these guys in space. And you're going to see your snot bubble, your snot guy right there, Edwards, get in the mix with the guys in the trenches, attacking that defensive line, attacking that offensive line. So the linebacker position, man, is one I'm intrigued to see. Can we improve? Because he's looking like some cut. He's looking like some cut. Like he looking like he's not going to be around a lot more left in Chicago as a Chicago Bear and Tremaine Edmonds. Like I just don't see it if he don't perform the way he's supposed to perform. He cannot have a stinker today for the couple of series that he's going to be playing in because they're going to come at him. They're going to come at him. So we got a couple of comments. We got Alec Baldwin saying, "Bear down, let's go, guys." Smart call there. Yeah, Allen knows his ball, man. Allen played ball, he coaching everything. Will Sweat play? I'm thinking Montez is going to play. Man. He should play.
He better.
But he shouldn't be. He should never do no more interviews though, because his we'll bring it up another day. But we're gonna talk about a lot of people think, CJ, that this is the best skill set group on our team now with the secondary. You got Jaquan Brisker, Kyler Gordon, Tariq Stevenson, who I think is going to be a dog, who I think that he might even have a better year than Jalen Johnson because I think he's the better man corner now that he got Al Harris over there with him and getting them right. Then we got the veteran Bayard. I'm expecting him to be the guy that he's been in training camp. Just smooth like butter, man. You know, he do all the right things, always where he needs to be. I think Jaquan Brisker got a lot to prove off that injury, that concussion. He's been at training camp putting bodies on the ground. Kyler Gordon, you know what I mean? So we got this secondary along with Jalen Johnson that look like they actually might be the best in the league with the aggressive style that Dennis Allen plays with. So Allen, what are you expecting to see from this secondary today? I'm expecting to see the secondary not let the Bills move the ball. I'm expecting 3 and out. I'm expecting a 3 and out. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm expecting a 3 and out with the starters. But what's your thoughts on the secondary, man?
Yeah, I expected 3 and out also, man. I feel like they should be really aggressive this year, and I want them to make sure that they're on their own in this defense. It's not going to be a lot of cloud coverage. Our coach Dennis Allen's going to leave them out there. They're going to earn their money, or they're going to get replaced. It's going to be a sink or swim with them because it's going to be a lot of man coverage. Brisker is not used to that man coverage as much because he's used to being in zone as a strong safety. So he had a lot of dog looks and a lot of single high safety where he was behind the flow of the defense. So it's going to be a little different with Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen's going to ask him to come down and guard the tight end. Sometimes he might have to get a running back. So he's going to be asked to do some things that might be a little left-handed for him. So I'm intrigued to see how Dennis Allen puts it all together and how his coaching of a great defense he comes up with.
Now look, everybody, I know Terrell Smith is not up here and Shane. Well, I was just trying to get the main guys up here. We all know those guys are going to play. This is about the starters. The starters got announced, so I'm putting all the starters up here on the edit. Appreciate you guys coming in. But CJ, what's your thoughts on the secondary before we end this thing, man? We got 80 people in here, man. Appreciate everybody that pulled up.
I'll do everything I can say you and right ahead. That's more aggression. I mean, that's what at least I want to see them, play more aggressive out there in the secondary, especially the safeties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got a few in the game, probably not going to start probably for another 8 minutes, but we're not going to hold it up. I got food I got to eat. I got some drinks, some water, you know what I mean? It's about to go down, man. But shout out to everybody that pulled up in the chat. We had John, we had Craig, we had Alex, we had J2K pull up. We had my guy, Cream. What up, Cream? He's one of the best beloved people on Bears Twitter. The man be everywhere in Hallis Hall. Nobody knows he was a real janitor, if he's a reporter, if he's somebody in the chat. This dude, Cream, be all in Hallis, man. So he one of the coolest accounts on Twitter. Shout out to Cream for pulling up to the live, bro. We appreciate you, man. Shout out to Don and Liv. He's been pulling up all the time to the episodes, man. We appreciate you too. It's just been a good this has been a good show, man. We put it together just for you guys, man. And it don't get no better than this. So with that being said, we're gonna end this thing. You know what I mean? So anybody got any final thoughts? before I go last.
You going to see? I go out to see.
No, I ain't got nothing, man. I think y'all touched on everything.
What you got, Alan?
Hey, man, I just want us to play hard. No injuries. Guys, Ben, Coach Allen, no injuries. If they come up a little bit, come on to the sideline, walk it off. So, please, no injuries. That's all I want.
That's it. Hey, I got it. Hey, that's the most important thing. No injuries, no penalties, and let's not make things worse than they are. Let's convert on a couple of 3rd and downs, and let's get off the field on 3rd and down. That's all I got. I'm G Walker. That's Alan. That's CJ. We out of here. Bet down. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook and follow us on X. Peace. We out. One love.